Hello and welcome to this News Mobile special. I'm here in Kazakh city of Almaty, which is obviously a very beautiful city. But today we have a very special panel today to talk about the future of this relationship between the two countries. I'm joined by Azmat Alimov, who is the co-chair of Kazakh Indian Business Council, Ambassador Anil Trignad. He's a very prominent diplomatic personality in India. He's also the chair of the Millennium India Chamber and also an expert in this region's affair. And Dinesh Kumar, who's the Deputy CEO of Tengri Bank, which is a very prominent bank here. And I must add here, it has a India connection. It is a associate of the Punjab National Bank of India. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me here at News Mobile. So over to you first, Azmat. Last year, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was here, and we've been talking to a lot of Kazakh leaders. Your president, Nur Sultan Nazarbayev, he's very keen to expand this India relationship. Where do you see this economic partnership going?
Thank you, Mr. Shukra. We are very happy to see all of you here today, and especially Your Excellency, Mr. Ambassador. And our Kazakhstan India Business Council is doing job in the area of bringing Indian business closer to the Kazakhstan. At the same time, we are promoting the local Kazakh business to do business in Indian market. In this case, we do all possible to enhance bilateral trade and cooperation between the two countries' business communities. And the last year, the visit of Prime Minister of India, Mr. Modi, and the Kazakhstan President Nazarbayev's state visit to India. Within the agreement reached for the last 3-5 years between Kazakhstan and India on promoting economic relations, we do the job regarding the enhancing private business, so supporting of private initiatives from both sides, from Kazakhstan and India, and we see great potentials, especially in the area of tourism, the mutual tourism, outbound and inbound tourism.
Lot of tourists are coming from both sides.
Yes, from India, and in the area of pharmaceuticals, and we see the great potential for Indian manufacturers, because the products of Indian manufacturers is going to be in great demand in our local market.
Mr. Kumar, how can Tengri Bank contribute to a lot of, I interviewed the Deputy Prime Minister, he said Digital Kazakh is a major initiative. They want to get a lot of Indian startups to come to Kazakhstan. How can your bank support them? What is the plan that you have?
Well, Tengri Bank enjoys a unique position in this market because this is the only bank which has an India connection, not only in Kazakhstan but I will say in the entire CIS region. We are the only bank which has a major partner, which is one of the largest banks in India, which is Punjab National Bank. So, as you know, the Indian have been very strong in the field of IT. So, this Tengri Bank has taken a lot of initiative, and we have gone ahead with a lot of IT initiatives in the banking sector, particularly, and in the finance market. We have launched recently one app called Tengri Plus, which is a platform from where a lot of transactions can be carried out. It is not only just the internet banking, but it is from P2P, from a lot of things can be done from just
So if the Indian startups are coming to Kazakhstan, they'll find it very easy to navigate
very easy to
with your bank.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Ambassador Trignad, you've been somebody who's have served in the region. You know this region very well. Where can India and Kazakhstan, what are the newest friends where they can come together?
You see that for India in the last few years, we have attached a great importance to cultivating and to significantly enhancing our footprint in the Central Asia region. Even when we are talking Our External Affairs Minister is in Dushanbe for
Yes,
the SU.
SU conference, yeah.
Now, within this whole ambit, and especially with the focus that the present government under Prime Minister Modi is doing, our relationship with Central Asia, both in terms of connectivity and in terms of greater economic engagement as well as security engagement, is an extremely important area in which we have to work together. And as has been mentioned by Mr. Kumar and Mr. Azimova both, that I see that since the Industrial Revolution 4.0 is already on the way, in which the artificial intelligence is going to play a tremendous role, and India is the global leader at the moment as far as knowledge industry is concerned, and I see a lot of possibilities here. Secondly, I also see possibilities in connecting within the country. Although we have seen the most beautiful cities of Astana and Almaty, but at the same time, I think in the rural area, because it's one of the biggest countries in the region, and therefore I think 9th or 8th biggest country in the world, and therefore they can do much more connecting to the people who are far off in the areas, and they need connectivity because they don't have port access, they don't have directly. So we hope the North-South corridor that we are working on, or the Central Asia connectivity programs, there India can play a greater role, and we are trying to do that.
Okay. Asbat, on the issue of AI, a lot of artificial intelligence. In fact, News Mobile, I must tell you, we are using AI in a big manner. How can you benefit by collaborating with Indian startups, and also in the area of cybersecurity, because that's a major concern by companies globally?
Yes, you're right. The Kazakhstan, for the last couple of years, Kazakhstan adopted a number of state program of development in IT and telecommunication sector. One of the biggest is a Digital Kazakhstan program, and the government of Kazakhstan is looking to digitalize economy, the transportation related to the transport infrastructure, and all the social area, and moreover to the state program there is so many the number of private initiatives and the artificial intelligence. Many of Kazakh IT companies are working on this area, and many of them are well aware of the success and the modern solutions that Indian software companies, Indian developers can bring to Kazakhstan. And in this regards, we are trying to bring the best practices and the best innovative products from India, and we're encouraging Indian IT companies, software companies, to come to Kazakhstan to launch a joint project to support local startup projects. And I see the great potential in this area.
Okay. Mr. Kumar, I believe a lot of Bollywood producers are now looking at Kazakhstan, and your bank, I'm sure, must be helping them. Just two quick questions. One, what are you doing to promote Bollywood films in Kazakhstan? Secondly, what about tourists? A lot of Indian tourists would be very happy if they get, say, a PNB card when they're coming to Kazakhstan, since it's an associate bank, Punjab National Bank. So what can be done in that area?
Well, in the last 3 years, if you see, the tourism from India to Kazakhstan has increased manifold. In 2016, there were hardly around 6,000 tourists that came from India to Kazakhstan. The figure almost multiplied by 3 times. In 2017, it was roughly 18,000, and the current year, the figure is likely to cross 50,000. So there's a lot of potential, and Tengri Bank, being an associate of Punjab National Bank, we are here to provide certain special facilities for the tourists, and also for the Indians who are working here or the Indian businesses. One of the most important thing that we provide is direct remittance of local tenge to rupee.
Okay.
Nobody bank, no other bank is providing.
So that's a unique
That is a
proposition.
unique feature for our bank, because we are having direct account with PNB. So there is no need to convert your tenge into dollar and then dollar to rupee. Straight away you can remit your tenge to rupee. That is one unique feature. So plus we are also helping a lot of Kazakh businessmen who want to establish relationship with India and Indian companies. We are helping them with opening their bank guarantees in India, vice versa from both sides. So that way we are promoting this tourism and this thing. And as you mentioned about the Bollywood, a lot of interest is being shown by Bollywood and also some other film industries in India. People from South and from other parts of India have visited in the recent past. And recently, one very big director of a film in India, he has planned to launch one big shooting of film here, and they've opened account with us. We are ready to provide all types of banking and financial facilities that we can, and that way we are open more particularly to the Indians who want to come here and set up whatever their shooting facilities. We can provide them the banking.
Before I wrap up, Ambassador Srinath, a quick last word from you. Both the ambassadors, Ambassador Bulat there and Prabhat here in Astana, they're working very hard to promote this relationship. But often what happens is, you've served in MEA for a long time, so many ministries are they're coordinating. Sometimes the lack of coordination affects many relationships. What do you think can be done to fast track so that this digital Kazakh, digital India cooperation happens, and cooperation in defense, cybersecurity, and economic affairs, all that happens really fast?
Well, before that, I would just like to comment on what Mr. Kumar said about the tourism promotion. India is one of the largest outgoing tourism traffic. And since Kazakhstan has tremendous opportunities here in different, whether it's winters or summers, it's a beautiful country. A large number of people can come. So I have been always votary of this, that the visa facilitation is a key thing. Because today the middle class Indians, which are 450, 500 million people, and very large number of them who are likely to grow to 30 million by 2030. So they will be one of the largest outgoing, and if the programs here, which under the President Nazarbayev, already there is so much of reforms going on, and if this could be considered, this could enhance a lot of, and by the way, the Indian tourists are the largest spenders in the world.
Absolutely.
As far as tourists are concerned. As for your question, we are very happy to have the two ambassadors, Ambassador Bulat and Ambassador Prabhat, who are both very dynamic ambassadors, and Defense Minister was recently here.
Yes.
And as we know, probably the IT Minister will be here, the Minister of HRD is coming here. So these are the newer areas of cooperation which are coming up now. And as far as the coordination, basic coordination role is that of the MEA. And I would consider that the Ministry in External Affairs should try to, if it is a focus, India and Central Asia is a focus, then we should have a dedicated desk. Like we have just signed an agreement, an MOU with the Business Council here, and we can promote a lot through our chamber, in which, as you know, there are several ambassadors associated, and we have seen it from the other side, the problem being faced. And we'll be very happy to assist in providing that kind of linkage.
So as you saw that India and Kazakhstan relationship is on a new high, and we hope that following a spate of high-level visits by the Prime Minister, and obviously the personal initiative of the Kazakh President Nursultan Nazarbayev and his senior leadership, this relationship is really headed for a new high. This is Saurabh Shukla signing off here from Almaty.